From people losing their minds over gender swap in the writer's room, to fans getting all kinds of wibbly-wobbly about Roiland getting the boot. Here's the scoop on Rick and Morty returning this year with new voice actors. Let's begin with the drama back in 2017 when Adult Swim added some kick-ass ladies to their writing team. We're talking about Jane Becker, Jessica Gao, Sarah Carboner, and Erica Rosby. These gals gave us the iconic episodes like Pickle Rick and the ABCs of Beth. Now you'd think everyone would be thrilled, right? Wrong! Some toxic dudes went nuts online, throwing a tantrum and accusing these ladies of ruining the show. They called them diversity hires, but the madness didn't stop there. Some keyboard warrior from 4chan went crazy, and then doxed Jane Becker and Jessica Gao. I mean, come on, what's next? Hate mail and threats? Oh wait, that's exactly what happened. And what was their crime? Making Rick, a grandpa who turns himself into a pickle for kicks, a bit more emotional. Yeah, some fans didn't like seeing Rick have feelings, and somehow saw this as him being emasculated. I mean, who knew Pickles had such deep feelings, huh? Now, the dynamic duo behind the show, Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, didn't take this sitting down. Harmon let it rip, calling the harassers disgusting and knobs, his words, not mine. He also told them that no way he worked harder than any of them. Roiland, on the other hand, had a simple message for these haters. They could just forever. Eventually, the storm passed. People started enjoying the new episodes, and the hate slowly fizzled out. Carboner said it was refreshing to see the haters move on, and that she's proud of her work. And why wouldn't she be? Season 3 was a blast. But if you thought the drama ended with the writing team, you're in for a treat, a real pickle. You remember the episode Pro Mortius, right? Our lovable space-hopping scamps are zipping about, dodging skyscrapers, cracking 9/11 jokes, then go full Pearl Harbor on some alien seaport. It's what you would call a comedic crash landing. Some fans got their knickers in a twist, shouting for a boycott on socials. Then, the Me Seeks and Destroy episode happened. Morty nearly gets assaulted by, wait for it, a creepy jelly bean dude. The fandom was shook. Tweets were fired. It was like, we came for burps and science, not this dark mess. Some even accused the show of making fun of assault. Guess even in a multiverse, some things aren't funny, huh? Just like the next controversy. Now we're jumping into the Ricklantis mix-up. We got a citadel full of Ricks playing the white elite, oppressing Mortys who are standing in for people of color. And we even get a Morty going for president, only to reveal he's an evil genius. Guess the apple doesn't fall far from the portal gun, eh? Some folks hailed it as genius satire, but others thought it was clumsier than Jerry in a zero-gravity field. And then, the internet's Galactic Federation caught Dan Harmon. Back in 2009, our man Dan makes this video titled Daryl. Think Dexter, but a whole lot weirder. The premise? A serial killer who doesn't just stick to the usual bad guys, but he's got to go do something seriously messed up to a baby doll. Fast forward to 2018, this bad boy surfaces from the dark depths of the internet. And let me tell you, fans weren't laughing. Dan, ever the classy gent, zapped his Twitter account from existence. He served up an apology, admitting the video was a bit, way over the line. The people at Adult Swim made it crystal clear they weren't on board with Dan's little Daryl misadventure. Fast forward to 2020, and like a bad rash, this Daryl video pops up again. But this time, it's got a brand new fan club, the QAnon crowd. If you don't know QAnon, picture a conspiracy theory on cosmic steroids. They claim that a secret society of big shots is running a child trafficking ring, and Trump's their #1 enemy. These QAnon folks grabbed onto Dan's video to use it to fuel their #SaveTheChildren and #CancelRick and Morty campaigns. Anyway, the whole drama died down after a while, but show hit a major speed bump when Roiland turned out to be just another Tammy. In early 2023, Roiland hit the headlines. The dude got slapped with some serious charges. We're talking about felony domestic abuse. And it wasn't just one pissed-off ex-lover. A whole bunch of women jumped online to say that Roiland was the bad guy in their stories too. So the drama unfolds, right? This all goes back to a time in 2020 when Roiland was allegedly playing not so nice with a certain Jane Doe he was seeing. It got messy, with the Orange County DA throwing in some heavy terms like domestic battery and false imprisonment. Roiland was even ordered to steer clear of Jane Doe by at least 100 feet. Yeah, it was that serious. Our guy Roiland and his lawyer squad, they played the not guilty card. But the plot was thicker than Simple Rick's wafer cookie filling. Just after the pre-trial hearing in January 2023, more people spilled some pretty damning beans about Roiland on social media. But here's the zinger. Adult Swim decided they were done playing games with Roiland. They basically told him to take a portal out of here. But who's going to replace the iconic voice of Rick and Morty? They left us hanging on that one. Now let's play a bit of interdimensional cable and speculate on the new season 7 casting. Digital Spy went all blips and chits and came up with a few top-notch candidates. First up, we got Dan Harmon. He's already got his mitts in the show, so why not toss in his voice too? Then there's Will Arnett. His raspy voice could make Rick even more cynical if that's possible. Then we've got John DiMaggio in the running. The man behind Bender and Jake, his chops could give us a whole new Rick and Morty vibe. And we can't forget Billy West, the voice behind Zoidberg, Stimpy, and Doug. He's got a vocal range that'd put a Meeseeks box to shame. Lastly, we've got Seth MacFarlane, yes, the Family Guy star. This guy's no rookie in the animation world. He might even belt out a tune or two in an episode, who knows? Talk about a total Rick-all of voice actors. But the Roiland drama was far from over. On March 22nd, 2023, the Orange County DA decided there ain't enough juice to squeeze Roiland on the domestic violence charges. So they drop it like it's hot. Roiland pops up on social media all relieved and stuff. He said he knew it was a bunch of baloney from the get-go and that he wants to rebuild his life and career. Kinda like Phoenix person, eh? But despite the charges being dropped, the Rick and Morty peeps were like, no takesies backsies. A producer even told MSN News they've got new voices in the bag and that they're so good, we won't bat an eyelid. Oh, and the shenanigans don't stop with Rick and Morty. Roiland also gets the boot from Solar Opposites, another show he co-created. Hulu's like, we've got ourselves a Brit. Yep, Dan Stevens' Mr. Downton Abbey, Beauty and the Beast guy. He's taking over as Corvo. Roiland's gone through a portal to who knows where in the animation world. He's out of Rick and Morty and Solar Opposites. The big question is, what's next for him? Will he find a dimension where he's still the star? Or is this the end of the line? Only time will tell. But nobody took it harder than the fans. So, when Adult Swim gave Roiland the boot, the fans were split down the middle, like the universe after Rick tinkered with his love potion. Some were on team Justice for Justin, saying nobody could do the wubba lubba dub dub quite like Roiland. They were scared that new voices for our dynamic duo might make the show go the way of the Plumbus, and nobody wants that. On the flip side, other fans were cool as cucumbers, clapping it up for Adult Swim. They think they'd not miss Roiland's voice, and even started tossing out names for his replacement. Yet there were folks who didn't give a rat's ass about the voices. For them, it was all about that slick animation and those bonkers storylines that make Inception look like a lullaby. Then you got those killjoys who said, enough's enough, axe the show, start fresh. They felt Roiland was so mixed up in Rick and Morty, it'd be like trying to remove the Szechuan sauce from a chicken McNugget. Everyone was shocked, no doubt about it, like they'd had a run-in with a scary Terry nightmare. We're stuck in a Swifty situation, waiting for the green rock to drop. Will our beloved Rick and Morty ever be the same? Well, as the man himself said, time to find out. So, from fans being shooketh and stirring up a storm about Justin Roiland's dramatic exit, to the major facepalm moment when some dudes just couldn't handle the genius of female writers, this was the scoop on Rick and Morty returning this year with new voice actors.